we spoke about educating younger children, and after we have our time on earth and we move on, we need people to take our places. My son, my daughter, they reside in the property is contaminated. And when I leave the planet, they may leave along with me because they're going to suffer the same fate that I do, which is living in an environment. And we talk about the environment, but my environment is actually, according to DC documents, is contaminated with carcinogens. Okay, we talk about LNG, there's this big push to fight LNG, which is an impending threat, which isn't even there yet. We fight LNG, but we also have another acronym, MGP, which is Manufactured Gas Plant. And that threat is not impending, that threat is here. It's ever present. According to DC documents, my property has contamination on it. We got money to help fund the fire truck in Breezy, $250,000. I'm just trying to get my property tested for contaminants. DC obviously, as the state agency of authority on this issue, is clearly not doing their job because we're trucking contaminants away from that site in vehicles that are supposed to be sealed, and I want you to tell me if that vehicle looks like it's sealed. It's not sealed. It's clear. We keep bouncing back to the agency of authority on this particular issue. But if I was the Department of Agriculture, and I told you because I'm the agency of authority, I had a plant that could grow money, and I had another plant that could grow gold because I'm the agency of authority, does that make me right? Clearly, regardless of what they say, the pictures don't lie. We talk about the kids. Here's a map, and this map shows within the 1 mile and half-mile radius, those little red asterisks, those are all schools. St. Camillus, Scholars Academy, Beach, Channel High School. And they label these red asterisks, if you look on the bottom, it says radius of receptors, meaning that the people at those locations are susceptible to the contaminants of the school. They may have an initiative last year, prevent asthma in schools, and right now, the children quite possibly, and according to these documents, are receptors for these carcinogens from the Rockaway Park manufactured gas plant. I need my property tested. Transportation, I travel every day, I need to get in the city, but right now, if I'm deceased, because of the environment I'm living in, I don't need the transportation. It's no longer an issue to me. I don't need the hospital. It's no longer an issue to me. You know? So please, I need my property tested. We can't defer to DEC, who continually tells me 1 and 1 is 17. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not an engineer. But I know when I sit in my window behind that site with my video camera, and I'm taking days off work from my employment to videotape. When I'm climbing up on the roof of my car to stand up and look over and get pictures inside the site, when I'm doing that, okay, my time, my money, my effort, I need to get some kind of input from my politicians. I vote, I try to stay, and I try to do the right thing. Audrey Pfeffer, I know you spoke highly of her. I brought this to office attention. I can't get any help. It's me by my lonesome. What am I to do? That's my son over there. I hope he lives to see my age. I hope he does. We got to get this done. We can no longer defer to DEC when I'm standing there every day with pictures showing, yes, this is incorrect.
Let me ask you a question. You just said, don't go to DEC. Who do you want me to go to?
You need to basically, in my opinion, the Attorney General, and we need to shut DEC down because this is not a Rockaway Park issue. Anywhere there's an MGP, it appears to me from doing research and seeing the thing that goes on at the other MGP sites throughout the city, throughout the state, DEC is basically allowing these sites to be somewhat remediated and giving it a clean bill of health. Okay,
so now listen. Run by DEC?
Excuse me?
Is that site run by DEC or DEP?
DEC. Okay, I apologize. We need to do some kind of probe into DEC because clearly when DEC says and promised the community these trucks were going to be sealed, and we agreed to let them cart those contaminants through our streets where our families reside, we did that under the premise that these trucks would be sealed. And I can tell you, if anyone wants to look at this picture and tell me whether this truck is sealed or not, I don't need a PhD.
I just want to intercept. I'm sorry. I had a conversation with you earlier. As I explained, just send me the information, and we will get on the phone with DEC.
We'll get to the commissioner or somebody else. We'll find out.
But this is the problem I'm facing. DEC will make some plausible excuse.
Okay,
that truck wasn't carrying contaminants, it was empty.
Let's not jump ahead.
Yeah, let's
You know what I'm saying? This is a year, Catherine, you know I've been working on this for over a year and a half.
I got you.
And when I present my information to DEC, they come up with some clause, oh, that particular vehicle, it was unsealed, it wasn't carrying contaminants. minutes, and I sit there and I have video of the truck being loaded by a backhoe.
We'll
And it's-
follow up, Ron.
We will
Okay. Follow up.
but we gotta be aggressive, and we can't defer to DEC because they're basically not telling the truth.
We got all of that? Ron, we got that? What you got there?